Today we're taking a look at these NFL matches, which are happening on Monday, September 19, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Tennessee Titans vs Buffalo Bills. The Tennessee Titans are probably sick of the state of New York at this point. In Week 1, the Titans blew a 13-0 lead and then a 20-13 lead and fell to the New York Giants 21-20. The Titans still had a chance to squeak out a victory after driving just inside the Giants' 30 with just seconds remaining. Kicker Randy Bullock missed a 47-yard field goal as time expired, dropping the Titans to 0-1 on the season. Tannehill and the new-look Titans offense were somewhat effective with their new receiving corps in play after trading away A.J. Brown and releasing Julio Jones in the offseason. Tannehill spread the ball around to 9 different receivers, including rookie Kyle Phillips. Phillips led the Titans with 6 catches for 66 yards. Comparatively, newcomer Robert Woods from the Rams had just 1 catch. Running back Derrick Henry returned healthy and ready to go and chipped in with 82 yards on 21 carries. Fellow running back Dontrell Hilliard had 2 touchdown catches on the day. The Buffalo Bills came into the 2022 season as nearly everyone's favorite to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl this season. After 1 week, the Bills have not done anything to dissuade that thinking. The Bills kicked off the season on opening night and dominated the Super Bowl champion Rams 31-10 in Los Angeles. The Bills know to enjoy the win, but the road will be long to get to where they need to go. Quarterback Josh Allen picked up right where he left off in the playoffs, going 26 of 31 for 297 yards with 3 touchdowns, but did throw 2 interceptions. Stephen Diggs had 8 catches for 122 yards and a touchdown, and last year's playoff hero Gabe Davis had 4 catches for 88 yards and a touchdown. The Bills were phenomenal on 3rd down as they went 9 of 10 on their way to getting 413 yards of total offense. The Bills did all this and overcame 3 first-half turnovers. Head coach Mike Vrabel has always done an excellent job of game planning for his opponent, in the vein of one of his mentors, Bill Belichick. The Bills are the more talented team in this spot and possess more playmakers, but the Titans have the makeup to slow this game down. Henry was slowed some by the Giants, but he is a ground and pound type back that will probably see closer to 30 carries in this game rather than the 21 he got against the Giants. If the Bills' defensive tackles are unable to go, Henry will really do damage. Another important piece in using Henry early and often, it keeps the Bills' ferocious pass rush from teeing off on him. Allen is playing at another level right now, and the only way to beat him is to keep him off the field. The Titans were susceptible to the run in the opener, but they did get quality pressure on the quarterback and forced Jones to check down quite a bit. The Titans have the front 7 to keep Allen from running wild and will force him to make contested throws. I like the Bills to win this game outright, but it is going to be tight. Our team pick is Tennessee plus 9.5 points. The Titans scored 20 points in their first game. They averaged 27.7 points per game in their last 3 games against the Bills. They didn't run the ball well in their last game and will likely get similar results in this game against Buffalo's run defense. Even though they threw the ball well, don't expect them to score a lot of points against a defense that held Stafford and one of the best defensive teams in the league to 10 points. The Bills got off to a slow start in their first game, but they lit up the scoreboard in the second half and finished with 31 points, showing off how potent their offense can be. Our total pick is over 48 points. Minnesota Vikings vs Philadelphia Eagles. The Minnesota Vikings should be the favorite to win the NFC North, basically by default. The Lions and Bears are still the Lions and Bears, although they should be more competitive, as we saw in Week 1. And the Packers still have Aaron Rodgers, but this is not the same team we've seen the past 2 seasons. The Vikings made a pretty big statement in Week 1 when they dismantled the Packers 23-7. It wasn't even as close as that score indicated, as the Vikings dominated in all phases of the game. The Vikings outgained the Packers 395-338 and won the turnover battle 2-0 and had 4 sacks to just 1 for Green Bay. Also, the defense held Aaron Rodgers to 195 yards passing, 0 touchdowns and 1 interception. Just as the Vikings are the favorites in the NFC North, you have to like the Eagles in the NFC East. They won the division last year and should be the best team again this year. Like the NFC North, it's a pretty weak division as the Cowboys are the Cowboys, they always find a way to underachieve, and now Dak Prescott is out. The Giants look like they will be improved, and the Commanders are a wild card. But the Eagles are the best team, and this should be their division for the taking. Philadelphia's Week 1 win over Detroit showed both the good and not so good about the Eagles. For starters, the good was the offense, which rolled up 38 points and outgained Detroit 455 to 386. But quarterback Jalen Hurts was a very pedestrian 18 for 32 for 243 yards with no touchdowns and no interceptions and a QB rating of 80.2. But then he ran for 90 yards and rushed for a touchdown, and he caused a lot of problems for Detroit's defense with his legs. Miles Sanders racked up 96 yards and a touchdown as the Eagles gained 216 yards on the ground. The other problem was A.J. Brown, who had quite a debut for the Eagles with 10 catches for 155 yards. That's the good stuff. The concerns and red flags relate to the fact that the Eagles blew a 31-14 lead in the third quarter and almost lost to Jared Goff and the Lions. How will they hold up against Cousins, Jefferson and the Vikings? Vegas sees a tight game here, and I can't argue that. This should be an excellent game, but they favor the Eagles by 1.5 points, and I'm not on board with that. Two things really concerned me about the Eagles' win over the Lions. 1, they got lit up by Jared Goff and the Lions, one of the worst offenses in football a year ago. Now this is a new year, and maybe the Lions' offense will be improved. But if you give up 35 points to the Lions, what's going to happen when you face the Vikings and all their weapons? The other thing that is concerning is Hurts. He ran well, but the Vikings' defense looked really good against the run against the Packers, and they will try to force Hurts to beat them with his arm, and I don't think he will. Take the Vikings here getting the points. Our team pick is Minnesota plus 1.5 points. If you didn't know entering week 1, no you do know. Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson is really good. He went for a career-high 184 yards on 9 catches against Green Bay. Minnesota earned the 23-7 win over Aaron Rodgers and company thanks to Jefferson's 2 touchdown hauls. In his first game as a head coach of the Vikings, Kevin O'Connell outwit the Packers using Jefferson all over the field. Jefferson is only the second player since 2015 to have more than 90 yards from the slot and 90 yards from the outside in a single game. Jefferson was used in motion often as linebackers tried to chase him all over the field. While Jefferson tore up the Packers, new wide receiver for the Eagles popped off. A.J. Brown caught 10 passes for 155 yards as he was a difference maker in the offense. Although he did not record a touchdown, he sent up his teammates for scores as Philadelphia went to balance out the offense. Brown's mark of 155 yards is a new franchise record for most yards by a receiver in their first game since 2006. With Jefferson and Cook racking up yards, Minnesota will be able to move the ball into the red zone easily. The points will start to add up as the Vikings score on the road. Last season, Minnesota averaged 25 points per game on the road. In the Vikings' last 4 games as a road underdog, the over is 4-0. For Philadelphia, the offensive line is everything as advertised as they protected Hurts against the Lions. They also opened holes for the running game. All 4 of their touchdowns came on the ground against Detroit. Brown will look to score his first touchdown of the season via Hurts pass as this game becomes a shootout on Monday night. The over is 5-0 in Eagles' last 5 home games. Our total pick is over 50.5 points.